Shura waelewe ni kwa nini mafato kuna ndugu lislans kwenye koni nitoka ni kumuduru sahi niko 1 to 5 decades ndo maguru I'm coming to the ducking, I'll be ducking on your post game. Do the heat and the swerve of the moment. Game 7, every beat is how you know that I'm on it. That time, I'm on it, how we do. On it, on it, play a card. I go you a call, how we do. How we do. How we do. On it, play a card. I go you a call, how we do. Yeah, because I don't give a fight in gear. Because I don't give a kusikia karibia kizo magati mtanisia na kwambia heshima mnapatia hisia kama ni kushumaliza tabu lakini vile na sheni utajua nini ya kwao ndo zinaitwa mkia nini kwa hao kizana tulifanikia rokuna usahau meka ni lazima na kafiti na nywele haga wetupima tapigwa miti milele ukiamka kundalua shako kia mchele ukiamka rapu tu na kutauna ene so atekee nekee ureda we usinipigie simu kaongi kusucheda we usiniulize itakuwaje unachekisha kuwa 1 to 5 tushafanya kolabo na micro Ukichelewa saba baby, niko short star sita. Vile ni nane, for you neza spela mita. Ona ni kama ya rita, na uifanye nikimwita, ataitika. Ukichelewa saba baby, niko short star sita. Vile ni nane, for you neza spela mita. Ona ni kama ya rita, na uifanye Mangola Korea na Afrika. Siaki ni mesa nisikia kwa speaker. Anauliza saa ngapi nafika, and then go home before saa sita. Give me some time, ni vyema dakika. Nadhani na joka, nadhani na mpima. Na kama ni jai unashika maska glove, of course na deliver. Yet ni better than what they say. Do what them go short and right. Look in my eye, don't tell no lie. Apart from you, sina other concern. Ni wendo nataka nisha decide. Very soon nakuleta hizi sides. I got no votes, I got no time. Ni wendo nataka nisha decide. Ni pise, the joke you want. Car ass up, ni rock your world. Take my hand off, so to plan is made. Your ex a shop of fun. See to me you're more than enough. Sure enough, say that your back. Sure to me you're more than enough. Sure enough, say that your back. Kimita, ataitika. Ukichelewa saba baby, niko short star sita. Vile ni nani, for you neza spela mita. Ona ni kama ya rita, na usipenye Kimita, ataitika. Ukichelewa saba baby, niko short star sita. Vile ni nani, for you neza spela mita. Ona ni kama ya rita. ting. For sure this model a fling. Get to love na kubaya mabling. Uku baby girl utagoja sana ring. John Legend atakanga all of you. From the back nakonga na hell of you. I don't want to bother you cause I don't know anyone more beautiful. Happy that Nico included. I can't lie when I conquer included. Wanna die Nico just be soonest. But my bitch I check with clueless. Happy that Nico included. I can't lie when I conquer deluded. There's a good dress to burn some suits. Just give them my roots. Love you. Never let you go, me man on my word. Never going outside. Sheryl Kisha. Me the father. Wanataka nini? Say nada. For you mean I turn quite cheesy. For you mean I beg you so busy. You gas me up. I feel like a busy. See me that ocean. Man in a busy. Making Twitter. Ataitika. Ukichora yo saba baby. Niko sure star sita. For you neza spend a meter. Ora ni kama ya kita. Na whisper in your ear. Making Twitter. Ataitika. Ukichora yo saba.
All day, every day.
Yes, welcome. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning from wherever you are. That was Aura featuring Palma One and GTB MZ. I also played 125 music featuring Mike Rua. How we do? How is your weekend? How is your weekday? Oh my god,
You're already on the weekend.
I'm sweet.
Shmoney.
Like I feel like it's supposed to be like a Sunday and I'm just supposed to be coming to work tomorrow.
Come on.
Literally.
So supposed to be on a Thursday.
I know, it's
Like
a
it's only
Thursday.
towards the end of the week.
Damn, I know.
Yeah.
Quite a long week. But how are you, Joby?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm amazing, great. I'm feeling happy.
Feeling sour. I don't know. I'm feeling flourish.
Flourish.
Yeah.
Literally.
You look
am-
pink.
look amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, you should put on pants more.
I try.
Yeah,
It
jeans
depends.
looks really nice on you. You
Comes
never
with the-
embrace it.
Comes to the body.
Come to the period. So what are you trying to say?
Comes to the
Now,
body.
period.
You
It's
know,
a
when you
whole
see me putting on
package.
pants,
Yeah.
the body is there.
The body is there.
Yeah, if you see me avoid them, nah, it's not looking good on me.
Yeah.
It's not looking good.
You look amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Me too. I like this dress.
The Ati.
Yeah.
It's a Ati dress.
It's not just Ati.
Yeah.
It's Ati.
It's Ati.
If you
literally.
know, you know. You know, you know.
If you know, you
It's
know.
not just Ati. If you focus well,
Yeah.
it's gonna be zingine
It's gonna
extra.
vitu of it comes to the body.
Come on.
Period.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's what I'm trying to say.
But how has your month been?
Been good.
Yeah.
I was saying actually this week I feel like this week has been kind of trashy.
Okay.
I feel because of the lights.
Yeah,
I feel like I've not been really productive, being honest.
Okay, yeah, mostly at night.
I really don't like that feeling. You know, you feel like I've not been really productive. The week itself has just been iko tu hivi, you know. I don't know, but the month has been good.
Okay.
You know, yeah.
I feel like me April try sana.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tried me in a lot of ways, like literally. So the month hasn't been so good. The week has been worse, but we are glad we made it to the end of. Which song is that? Is it the one with Palma One or How We Do 125 music? Oh, Nikimwita Taitika. That is of course Aura.
Shout out to Amber.
Amber baby anasema period.
Tunamjua.
Amber, she's always tuning in.
Okay.
I think.
Hi.
Hi Amber, how are you? I think she.
I don't know.
Maybe from
You need to tune-
TikTok
you need to tune
or
in
from
more.
one of the. No, she always tunes in.
Yeah.
Yeah. She
You need to
always
tune in more, especially on Tuesday and
on
Thursday for this
Thursdays.
conversation.
Literally.
It's gonna be dope.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But of course, just as we go straight up to conversations that we have in line
Yeah.
today, just a little, we are not talking about, Damas niggas, but of course, Bamas men is what we don't accept on the show.
Come on.
So
Today we're not talking about Bamas.
Always and forever. Joby, what do you mean?
Always and forever. I like that. Always and forever. Like keep the girls in the
Exactly.
know
The
what's
bar has to be
happening.
so high that you can't accept a Bamas.
Like, come on.
Literally.
You know?
And just a reminder, because if you tune on this show, you definitely know your worth.
You know?
Literally.
Literally.
Amazing. But talking about a Bamas nigga, we have a lady here with a confession.
Okay.
A question. She's being asked, alright? And she's being asked why she thinks that a man who is not married should definitely provide for her. Unajua, sometimes you might be dating somebody and then maybe he's a Bamas. He doesn't know how to do all that, you know.
Yeah.
So this is her answer. and then maybe we get to discuss
Why
more
should a
about
man
it.
you're not married to be required to pay your bills to show his commitment?
I'm just gonna read.
Why should a man you're not married to be required? Why should a man you're not
Why
married
should a man you're not married to
to be required to pay your
to
bills?
be required to pay your bills?
Wow.
That's the
Okay.
question. Okay.
To show his commitment
Yeah.
to providing for you. And if you are a Proverbs 3:1-10 woman,
Mm-hmm.
you won't require a man to pay your bills.
I don't require a man to do anything for me. I would hope that my essence and my energy inspires him to want to. I would never say, in order for me to be your girlfriend, this is what it takes. What I do know is my track record with men and the men that I have dated, I have never said, hey, I'm a little short on my rent. Can you help me? I get a wire. I don't date men that have to count their pennies in order to be able to provide for me. I don't have to count my pennies in order to be able to provide for me. I also take care of my parents and do a lot of stuff for my family. So if you're not at my level or higher, I understand that. I get what that man is saying, but I don't require it. It should be a desire. And if you don't desire it, you don't want me. I also date very abundant men. Abundant in mindset, abundant in spirit, abundant in finance, abundant in energy. I want a man that is inspired to say, first of all, it's not like it's much for them, but also I want him to feel like take pride in being like, my baby, I want to take this off of her plate. Or I want her to know that I've got her back. And in the same way, because oftentimes what men will say is, well, let's say your rent is $5,000 a month and you're paying $5,000 a month and you date for a year and then you break up. Well, that's $60,000 gone. Okay, well, what are the intangible things that she's brought to you in that year that are intangible but super qualitative? If your character is better, if your level of discipline is higher, if your level of self-awareness has expanded, if all of these things are happening, if you've created better and stronger relationships with people you never even would have known before, if you're being put into new rooms, what's that worth? Because, by the way, we can't quantify that. So there are so many things for me personally where I would hope that in my way of bringing all the things that I bring while I'm just a girlfriend is the same way that a man would want to bring all the things that he wants to bring while he's just a boyfriend. In my desire. Are they eating me alive? What we have to understand is that women are naturally seeking safety and security. Men are naturally seeking an aesthetic because that is showing that their heirs will be healthy. It is subconscious. This is just how we are inside of human nature.
All right. Why should a man be required to pay your bills before you're married, Joby?
Because he's my man.
Yeah.
Like, you're my man. Why are you my man? You're my man for men are meant to provide. You know, that's rule number one.
Yeah.
According to the Bible, for the Christians, you
Yeah.
know, if you want to go biblical way, men are meant to be providers.
Yeah.
So why should a man be required to pay my bills if he's not my husband? You're my boyfriend. You're my man. You know, as long as you have that title, you're my man.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you adding to my life? Like she said, I'll agree to disagree literally, because I do agree. Women, especially right now, women literally have the capability of taking care of themselves, and I've been saying this like literally a couple of times. We're not living excuse me. We're not living the age of our moms and our dads or our grandparents, and I'm not saying like all of them are not really educated, because kuna wenye pia walikuwa wajanja, they were entrepreneurs, you know, they were teachers, they were business or business managers and all that. We had women who also were on a certain type of level. Actually, from the beginning of time, African women have always been, you know. But if you look at today, it's totally different. Women are not living or going or walking into relationships because I can't cater for myself. We can.
Yeah.
And it's not like we don't also have those type of women. This is why we had more unusual saying, why do we have African women dating white men? And we spoke about literally poverty number one, you know, and how the mindset of the African people, the indoctrination, literally how it has affected us.
Yeah.
But right now, women have the capability of paying bills, women have the capability of taking care of their families, women have the capability of paying rent, yes, without not having to withdraw their underwears and all that. We have the capability, but at the same time, why do I have a man as a title of my man, my boyfriend, you know, and he can't even do anything a man, and maybe a stranger man can do? Because being honest, Shmoney, there's always, I don't know, I feel like women always have that man you can give a call away and he's really always ready down to help you. So why should I call someone else when I have a man, my own man, someone who's my own man, you know, cater for me? What are you doing here? Why are you my man? Let's start from there. That's why we talk, what do you bring to the table? Because they love asking, what do you bring to the table? What are you bringing to the table? So for me, you being a boyfriend, being a husband, I believe you're supposed to cater. That is literally so long as kuna hiyo title, you know. Kama ni beshte ni sawa, you know. Job beshte ni, it's not a must. I help when I want to. I mean, niko na life yangu, but yeah, pia uko na life yako, but ni yetu sahi.
Exactly.
We're both of us. You asked me to kwa kimoja, so we're together. You know, you provide.
I definitely agree, because first and foremost, the man is supposed to be a provider in every way.
Yeah.
There's no woman who likes doing stuff. You know, even at a certain point, hata ukifanyaga,
I know. You want someone to support you.
You always feel like,
okay,
and it doesn't mean that you are required to, I'm gonna ask, you know, the people who, I'm expecting you to know this stuff as a man. Unajua, like how are
like
we
she
together?
said, it should be your desire
exactly.
to just want to provide. You know, let me take off this off our plate because you can.
Yeah.
You know, because you can. And I feel like this is why I've been saying this lately. Men, avoid women if you can't cater.
Exactly.
Please, just avoid women. Like just avoid on our market. If you can't.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
You'll find your own at your own time. Literally. Because just like I said, provider in every way. A man should actually be a provider. If I'm living alone, Joby, right, I'm taking care of myself. My bills are paid, my rent is paid, I'm looking good. Like I'm fully 100% taking care of myself. So why would I want you? Exactly, right?
We won't
so
say
if
I don't want to go with the notion of I don't need a man.
No, listen. So if I can do all this, I'm not yet done. If I can do all this by myself, what's your essence of coming to my life if there's no impact? Unajua, because Joby, nikiingia nayo kwa relationship and I'm still doing the same things I used to do by myself, it looks like I am still alone. I'm single. I get it. Literally, unaget. So it's giving, like, for example, if we get married, living alone, because 50% yangu is 100. Supposed to be knowing these things. Like literally, you can't be with your man and you're spending. You can't be with your man unless imefika kwa point yenye he's been doing that and you haven't.
Exactly.
And now you actually, because me, I don't mind actually catering for somebody that I care for. If I can cater for my friends, why not cater for my man? And this is somebody who has held you down, deep down in every situation. There's no problem, but you have to actually show it. It has to begin from the man. Yeah. So if you are a giver, I'll definitely be a giver.
Exactly.
But if you are like stingy, I'm definitely going to be stingy. Keep saying our sound is low.
Let me see that. Okay. All right.
Can you hear us now? Are we edible? Okay. Are we edible right now?
Should be audible.
Yeah. We're audible right now. I guess so.
Yeah,
I guess so.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, so that is what is happening. The first video I wanted to share on that about a man providing. A lot of people always have a problem because Joby, it has to show that you can take care of me.
That's true.
If you haven't provided, what makes you think that you're going to provide in a marriage?
You is a bum.
Exactly.
That's where we go. You is a bum.
Literally,
and
right?
Bums. If you're a bum, you can't do nothing.
Exactly.
You can't. You're just a bum.
Yeah.
You know, you can just be a bum. Go be bum.
Literally.
So
that is what is happening. But I have this video, this woman is not talking, but it has been written some POV. He said, I went out with this man for our first date and he brought his son.
Oh my God.
A son he never told me about. Is this a red flag? So,
a big one.
So
what
she's on the
this
date.
Is a red flag?
So she's on the date. You can see her, she's looking nice and stuff. The guy, logo. Like such a small baby. So Mbeba and then the kid, they're eating together at one table.
Yeah.
So she's went on a date with this man for the first time and he brought his son, a son that he never told me about. Is this a red flag?
Big one.
Okay, you go.
That's a big red flag.
Okay.
What do you mean is that a red flag? Like, why are you bringing your son on the first date? Number one, you never told me anything.
Yeah.
What is this supposed to mean?
Yeah.
Like, what is this really? What is this supposed to mean? You know, you never told me you have kids. Then kaboom! All of a sudden, you just on a first date you're popping with your son. Like, you think I'm ready to be a stepmom?
Yeah.
And this the book. You know, lately we've been seeing like most of the women on TikTok like they're stepmoms. CG at 19, CG at 18, at 22. I mean, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that, man. I'm not. What? I'd love to know how old she is. Number one. how old she is.
Yeah.
Her literally, leave alone even the guy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
She looks young.
She looks young.
She looks really, really young, I
That's
guess. And even the guy
insane.
doesn't look old as much because mtoi ni mdogo, you know, and stuff like that. So the reason why I want to say this, Joby, I want to go through comments, right?
Okay.
And just hear what people have
I'd
to
love
say.
to hear the comments.
Yeah. Somebody is actually saying, that's Gigi's dad now. I don't know how he knew, but somebody saying, that's the name of his son. How did you know?
Okay.
And I feel like he was mtu anaandika tena, a different person.
Alright.
I feel like he was scared to tell you on phone, so he wanted to see how you'll react when he shows up with the child. Somebody saying
That is even more shocking. Like, what do you mean? What if I get a heart attack?
Red flag K. As long as he gets excess money and love for his son, I or more don't become the boy's mom ASAP. Somebody saying that. Somebody saying, wouldn't take the risk with a guy that had baby this young. At this child's tender age, he should be focusing on him, and I would love to know how well he takes care of the baby. No, nasema, at least he's being real. Another one is saying, it means he looks after his child and prioritizes the child. Many people see men with children as red flag, and he did not want to lose you to that, but he was brave enough to bring him along. Somebody
For
saying,
how long have you been talking? You know, she didn't give us the
it's
details.
their first date,
to-
so probably Joby.
For how long have you guys been talking? You
Yeah.
know, we need to know that. How long have you guys been talking?
Yeah.
You know, maybe it's been a week or maybe 2 days, and you guys just planned a date all of a sudden. And yeah, maybe it was too quick for him to tell you already he has a son. You know, it's like, I'll just pop up with him.
Yeah.
For how long have you guys been talking? Because for me, I'll have a problem. Like, how long have we been talking? Why don't you think it's necessary for you to tell me? Like, what games are you trying to play? I'm leaving Shmoney.
Yeah.
Like, you and your child, I don't care. Mnabaki hapo.
Yeah.
I'm not doing. Oh my God, maybe
Yeah.
no. Hell no.
Somebody
Hell
saying a
to the
green
no.
flag, at least he did not hide it.
Ah!
Someone saying maturity
No.
is realizing that Sema, are you interested or you're not interested? Until your husband and somebody saying, why single mothers red flags and single fathers aren't? No, Sema, that's a big red flag. See.
Exactly.
So I'm looking at it from a perspective. Men, I don't understand, Joby, why men lie they don't have kids, and then I get to find out. Why don't you be truthful at the start? You know, I have a kid, this and this. So when you get into a relationship, that woman decides if she can actually be with somebody with a kid or not. It's a red flag for me, number one, because he didn't mention his son before. You know, probably we've been talking even for months.
Exactly.
Hata tuseme tota ni 1 month. tu,
Exactly.
Joby.
You should have
These
told
are-
me.
You actually have to say hi.
I'm not your child.
Exactly.
To
You have
play
to
my
say
games
hi,
with.
but they have a kid. And the fact that you brought him, hata kama tuseme aungepata maid, I was not mentally ready and prepared. So I feel like this is just those men that bombshell you and put a lot on you. Unajua, boom, I'm like, okay, I like you, but
it's like girl to girl. The ones I was reading the other time. What made you say you can't marry this guy? Do you remember the lady who said he started telling me about his family? I'm gonna stay with his mom. Everything in one day.
I know.
That's too much for me.
It's too much.
Like, no, I'm not taking care of your baby.
Yeah.
No, I'm still taking care of myself. So I'm not
Yeah.
ready for this relationship. As a
Yeah.
matter of fact, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to be a stepmom. So hell to the no.
I feel like at a certain point, Keith is trying to actually say here, because they're scared of losing you, Joby and Shmoney. I'm like, be real. At the first.
Exactly.
Because
You're gonna lose me after this. Me, you're losing me after that. Trust me.
if you pull that also on me,
What?
you're losing me.
Exactly.
But if you actually tell me in prior, I'd be like, okay,
Mentally,
I'm ready. But imagine on a first date, Joby. This is the first time you're actually meeting this person. You're
Hell
going on
no.
an official date.
Hell no.
He pops with a child that you didn't know. It's a big red flag for me. If he had actually mentioned it and she wouldn't be shocked and she'd be like, oh, okay. Probably the guy, let's say for instance, maybe has a fucked up relationship because they are both young. Because even people are saying, for him to have a child at that age, na venye pia ni mdogo, they're both young couples. Let's say the relationship doesn't have even maybe somebody to care for, right? Ama abaki na mtoi. And then he has already told you. But of course, meeting also your child on the first date, for me is just too much. For me, like, kindly let me know you first. I feel like
You should have even but if you're not comfortable telling me on the phone, come on the date, let's meet, and then tell me there. You don't have to come with the child. Sawa.
Yeah.
Maybe you're not comfortable talking about this situation on the phone. And then this
Exactly.
time you're like, hey, since it's our first day meeting, I have something to tell you. And then you open up, tell me, hey, I have a kid, by the way. What do you think about that? And from
Exactly.
there, it's
Let me
my decision
decide.
to make exactly. If I want to
yeah.
move on with this relationship or friendship
Exactly.
with you, or I want to
Exactly.
cut myself, but you come with a baby 80 because you're scared to lose me over the phone.
You're losing
crazy.
me.
You're losing me.
You're losing me. Unajua, it's giving those baby mamas who actually look for fathers for their kids.
And always,
Unajua, you just come, you're knowing this chick.
Yeah.
She's already with the kid and she's telling the kid to call
Exactly.
you daddy.
Ex-
And you're not even ready as even
Mommy.
a man. You're like,
Mommy.
hey, you're like, I'm not even your mom.
Don't
Can
mommy
you
me.
stop
Don't
bombshelling me?
Don't
You know, and
mommy me.
bombarding me with a lot.
I feel like also something that women should normalize is ask that man, why where's your baby mama?
Yeah.
What happened to you and your baby mama?
Exactly.
Because why you wanna make me your second wife now, second baby mama? What about you see what Mulamo is doing?
I see.
You see what Mulamo is doing? That is to be embarrassed. That's the problem I have with majority of the celebrities.
What did he
always
do?
promoting, una promote vitu zenye hata hazifai. Like sawa hata kama ni cloud chasing Shmoney, unataka kutuonyesha nini? You can jump from one woman to another
In
after
a
them
days.
giving birth.
Yeah.
We had ule dem
Yeah,
mwingine.
yeah.
Now
I think
okay.
Mulamwa is the problem.
You're the problem, of course.
Literally. You know, at that point I was like, okay, this other chick, she cried so much. But now the same thing is happening. It looks like, you know, familiar experiences. Literally.
Normalize asking this man, what happened to your baby mama? What is the reason why you and your baby mama are not together?
Exactly.
You know, and if possible, get the story from both sides. You know, become friends with even that baby mama.
I
don't
agree.
know, for some reason.
I
You know,
agree.
dig out. If you really like the man, dig before you settle. You know, settle in that particular house. Like where fanya uchunguzi, because no way,
Yeah.
hell no.
Literally.
If you being a baby mama is, you know, it's a red flag. Again, question, why should a baby daddy not be a red flag?
Exactly.
You know?
Because somebody
Who
also
told you
wrote
can
on the
just go
comment.
giving birth to women now? You can't take care of the children. The women come dump the children to you now. You think you can find another woman to make? Why?
Even on the comment section, somebody was saying, why is it a red
Tough
flag to look for a baby mama? Baby mamas are red flags, but it's not a red flag when it comes to baby daddies. I feel like it's supposed to be the same.
It should be
Questions are
equalized.
questions are supposed to be asked, like why?
But you know, someone like it is gonna come say, oh, because women, you know, you're supposed to have in the same defense when it comes to women sleeping around, you know. And
No,
men
I mean, most of these people, they've not slept around. I feel like maybe in relationships, because marriages, right? Now they have baby mamas. But you find, if a man hears you have a kid, there's always a itch.
yeah.
But for them, when they have kids, they still want women.
Let me tell you, I don't know, have you ever dealt with someone who was a child?
Yes, I have.
You have dealt with someone who was
Yeah.
a child, that they're really toxic. I don't know, someone can really open up on the comments too. Like personally, I've dealt with someone who was a baby and they're really toxic. Like they're really toxic. So they're not even decisive, number one, because there's always that drama still between them, the child, and the baby mama. You know, who's gonna have custody of what? The baby mama wants the child. You find them, they want to keep the child. You know, there's always the issue of shopping, so
Yeah.
school fees, so who's gonna sleep over where, so nah. Me, number one, I think I dealt with it too young, and I was also too smart not to be trapped. Like, you know, you're not gonna tame me with stupidity. Like, you know, I say what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what? Why? Well, the reason why. For me, a question like, why is your wife leaving? You know, are you sure you're not the problem? Are you sure you're not abusing? Because you can't smile on people's faces. You're acting all innocent. You don't know what you do when you're in your house.
Exactly.
You know what exactly do? And of course, men will lie to
They
you.
rely on your face.
Men will lie on your face. They'll tell you what again. What you want to hear,
Exactly,
you know, because
yeah.
women will like to hear. You said men will tell you what you want to hear. But for me, I was really kind of sharp and say, I didn't stay in the relationship for long, not really, but went back later,
Yeah.
like I think 2 years later, and still it didn't work because it's the same issues.
Same
like
cycle. It's like they've not moved on from their baby
Yeah.
mama. It's just that back and forth. Me, the person
and
I
just
dealt with,
I don't know, I'd say emotions zao zina, I don't know, because I dealt with someone who was really emotional, but emotions zinakwanga tu huku. Cry baby.
For real, that was a
Like
weak
that was-
man.
yeah,
and
he
the
was
reason
such a
as to
cry
why,
baby.
the reason as to why he hadn't made a choice, because Joby, me, the person I have dealt with that has a child with somebody else, the baby mama is married. The baby mama
Yeah.
is married to another guy.
Yeah.
So she's in
So
a,
she's already moved. She's
yeah,
already moved
she's
on.
already in a relationship.
Yeah.
They have even kids.
Yeah.
So it's just
Oh,
that,
with
yeah.
the other guy.
With the other guy, yeah.
Alright.
They even staying together. They have a family they've created.
Okay.
But because she's the mom, she lives with their kid, right? But there is no conversation that goes on. In fact, there is no conversation because the baby mama was super toxic. There's no conversation between him and the baby mama. It's the grandparents and the baby mama.
Wow.
Like literally. So it became like they were too young. They gave birth like at a young. She was like 17, 17, and he was like 19. So like literally when they, you know, when you give birth at an early stage, of course
hakuna mnaenda.
mkienda mnapatana mko like, you don't have shit. What are we doing? Yeah, we're not meant for each other, and the baby is already here.
Yeah.
So when you grow up, you outgrow that person. So for me, there was never an interaction between the baby mama and the guy, and there was never an interaction between me and the baby mama. Literally, I met their kid.
Oh.
Yeah, I met the kid because now I was dating this guy, and immediately he was really open to me. He was like, hey, I got a kid, and the kid is actually a teenager. And I'm like, Kwani, when did you give birth? It's like I was 19, you know, I was still young and blah, blah, blah. So it's like, one day you're going to meet my kid, right?
Yeah.
So I met the kid and we were just vibing and that. But it's never been, it was never a conversation of, hey, this baby mama or there is that. Because I definitely felt like alikuwa sha move on. But you know, because now she's married to somebody else. Hadi kana nataka tu ngori na wewe, she's just a crazy one. Because you have a family, what the hell?
I know.
You know, that is easier. But imagine if she's not married, because they always feel
like entitled,
and they always feel like they will always get back together.
They're always sleeping together.
Exactly. They're always sleeping together. Look at Andile from was it Young, Rich and Famous?
Yeah.
Not this one, the previous. He was not on this season.
Yeah.
He was on the previous season.
Okay.
He had baby mamas all over. And I wonder, because he's dating this one, right? He's saying he wants to marry this one. The moment he goes to check out his kids, he sleeps with the baby mama there. You're like, why is your baby mama pregnant for another kid? And 3. And you want to tell me, and you always telling me you guys have never been together. How do you have 3 continuous kids with this person? So most of the time you find that they still sleep together. They have that entitlement. Hey, tutairudiana tu, tutakuwa tu pamoja. And you find most of the women can't take that. So they decide, no, I'm not going to handle a man with a kid because of the drama. But a man who knows how to, you're never even supposed to see that as is a woman. He has made up his choice. Kama niwe Joby ndio nataka, sema niwe ndio nataka. That was, and then let him handle. And but if he's not decisive, I feel like you'll just be seeing a lot of, you would have like, bado kona feelings na huyo the mwingine wende na yeye.
That is so true. Personally, I don't think I'd advise literally young. I feel like most of the young ladies do it out of desperation. For me, I did it because I was being promised something I really wanted. You know, looking at it and go like, nah, you're just giving me empty promises. You're never gonna leave your wife for me. You know, because it was just evident. I'm like, you're not gonna leave your wife for me.
Exactly.
You know, you're not gonna. You have too much drama going on, which is also too much for me. You know, I want to be outside. Me and bado mini mdogo. Watching to plus I don't know. Hata tu kunisumbua, hata kumistaki stories out, sijui kaziwa, sijui nah, just not do my things, you know. So I'd advise literally young men not to do. Don't become a second wife for anyone. You know, don't. These people
or a second
don't. Man, there's so much meant for you outside there.
Because you question the fact that aliachana na huyu. Why do you think we atachana na wewe?
What makes you special?
Exactly. Why do you think you're going to? He's not gonna dump you.
You know,
or he's not
what makes you special? And that's what I'm saying. Whatever Mulamwa is doing, whether it's cloud chasing, whether it's real, whatever, you know, their relationship, him and Ruth K, and then whether it's true or not. If it's not true, I'd say, because I think I've said this again, stop. Whatever you're doing, stop. You know, there's an image you're trying to put outside there. You're thinking, oh, this is my way of acting. This is, you know, just a skit, or this is just a new launch of something.
There's somebody who's watching and is learning that is
there's someone who's like, you know, it's okay to just jump from one baby mama to another. And this is literally, I always look at today's society. It's crazy how families are so broken. Like, watu waezi kaa tu mzae na muendelee tu na maisha yenu. It's always have to base. and then with this, people have normalized living the celebrity way. You know, social media. I think social media lifestyle is what is destroying people. Or I don't know if it's chemistry which is ending. I don't know if it's just lack of communication in relation. I don't get it. Because the normalization of just relationships just ending, jumping from umezalisha unaenda kwa mwingine, you think that's cool. Nah bruv, nah, it's not cool.
It's not.
Like, please preserve your energy.
Period. I definitely agree.
Yeah, like when you feel that like unaenda tu drop spams kila mahali, you know. Nah, it's not cool.
It's not. Literally it ain't. Yeah, but of course there's also another guy here, just a very funny video. He's saying things that make you
listen.
a loser as an adult.
Oh.
Okay, so we want to hear his perspective, and maybe might not be serious, but some of them are. Okay. You know, makes sense. Some of them don't.
All right.
Let's hear.
Things that make you a loser as a grown adult. Alright, number one, we're gonna go with following the shade room. I think
following shade room makes you a loser. You are the loser. I'm just getting updated by the world's news. Like, what's happening?
Because but at a certain point, me, I've sat with men. And recently, listen, recently I've been knowing a lot of stuff that I'm not supposed to know. Even the men I sit with, Nikolai, kananiambia, una following your page? Nikolai, hey, I'm a journalist, I get my work from there. And then that is my work. And then he says, oh, yeah, I understand me, I don't follow them. And I don't question. I'm like, Mbona. And it's not the first time I've had that. People like, Mbona. And then I feel like, so also men, ask them, who ulize, kuna di ya Kenya too, you have male friends.
Yeah.
Ulize kama si ya kazi Joby. Most of them, kama si wasanii or anything, most of them don't follow those pages. For real. The things men follow on their phone, you laugh. Maybe booty, just the FYP is full of booty, cars, weird things, maybe food. But look at the pages they follow. Most of them, they don't follow those gossip pages. For real. I feel like mostly it's young. But mature men, I don't think so. Just go ask that question. Just go. And I don't say it makes you a loser. Some of them don't even know. Like Snapchat.
It's okay.
They're not. You ask them, are you on Snapchat? Ask them, you're madam.
It's okay.
Yeah. Even on TikTok, they have Sudak. They don't even use their names. I'm like, unless it's work. I don't know. It's something I've seen. I don't think it's the same, but I've seen in men.
Okay.
Probably men who are around me. I've seen that.
Alright.
Yeah.
Men around me, we don't really talk. You'll find us talking about politics most of the time, to be honest.
You just ask them if they follow any gossip page.
Okay.
Utapata hawajui hata. Na kama wanajua nasema mimi si follow na sikianga.
It's not politics, it's music.
That's what I'm telling you. If it is majorly if they're artists, you'll follow them following those pages because of their career. But mostly, zinawapitanga. Kwanza gossip, Safaricom ni nani? Wewe ni nani? Most of them don't know. Exactly. Most of them don't know such shit.
That's true. That I've seen. That I've seen. Wewe ni nani naona? Like a
umjui aje? Hayana jana trend wapi? Exactly. Hatujamwona Nairobi gossip, mimi si follow you. Itakuwa shock. Yeah.
Okay, I think you're a bigger loser if you always in the comments. Sorry, you don't got shit to do. I'm saying, like, you steady worried about whether Queen Nazi got.
I agree. I feel like, being honest, you've been on the comments on some things that are really irrelevant.
Just always there.
You know, I will follow the
exactly.
page, but you won't find me on the comments. You'll find me on the comments reading.
Exactly.
Reading, because the comment section, no lie. They're just people who are just.
And
they're just full of just, I don't know, humor. I'd say humor, literally. You just you find yourself laughing so much because of the comment section, literally. But at the same time, personally, I feel if you find my comments most of the time, it's things regarding politics. Most of the time. If you follow up, utapata account yangu kwa things even outside Kenya, literally. I even follow now Nigerian political pages. I always leave my comments there. In Ghana, like I'm joining all of them.
Nice.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Ring, bitch, you got a job, you got a car, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, you got some business in your own, like, oh, y'all motherfucking lame, y'all women, y'all niggas, all y'all motherfucking lame. Okay, number 2, deferring everything about you back to your zodiac sign. Shorty, you 34. Okay, you 34. What do you mean you can't control your mouth because you a Scorpio? What?
Yeah, I feel like that's crazy.
I know that.
That's crazy too.
Everything,
Like,
I'm a Virgo.
Why?
I have an attitude. No, you just have a problem.
you have exactly.
Yeah.
I also don't agree with that. Like, oh, I'm a Sagittarius, but I don't do that.
Exactly,
Like, if you know
yeah.
yourself, you just know yourself. Like,
Exactly.
you don't need to go.
Exactly, and
referring
blame
to
it on
the
your
time.
zodiac sign.
Yeah, like-
But you know, Virgos are like this. You are just like that. That's just you.
You're trying to
literally.
be. You're trying to be. It's affecting me.
You're a loser.
Yeah. Oh my God.
What that got to do with anything? And y'all niggas that do that shit sassy as fuck. What you talking about? You nonchalant because you were Aries. Or you were,
Yeah, you nonchalant because you're Aries. Are you kidding me?
I don't like the nonchalant thing.
I know,
like,
it pisses me off.
I don't like it.
Me
Like, I
too.
really get it being nonchalant, but what do you mean you're nonchalant?
I know.
My face.
I know.
Like-
And are you nonchalant when people are moving? Where's the motion?
Exactly.
Nigga.
Nonchalant.
you a fucking goddamn Gemini. Like, what? You a grown ass bitch. That's what you is. Alright, number 3. Y'all not gonna like this one.
Yeah.
Number 3. Labeling all women as cheaters and gold diggers because of that one woman that broke your heart.
Thank you. Pause. Stop. Say it loud. You should say it
Let me
louder.
pull up
Oh my
one more
goodness.
time.
Labeling every woman as a gold
Number 3.
digger and a cheater
Labeling
because of
You
your
are cheated,
experiences.
yeah. Exactly.
Get the fuck out of my face.
I feel like you're not healed as a person. That's why
Please
you
go
keep
heal.
on. You keep on because Joby, I've been thinking about this because the fact that your relationship is just starting or you have like you're getting into a fresh relationship and you're full of insecurity because you just saw some behaviors from your previous relationship. So for like you'll cheat on me. Why will utanidanganya? Oh, these women are cheaters.
Man,
Please, we can't
somebody
be doing
just
that.
called me a gold digger,
Yeah.
man, because I was just asking for money. I was like, I told him you're broke, you know, go cut some grass, and this nigga got mad.
Why you mad?
Pardon my
baby?
language,
Why
but
you
you know,
mad?
he got mad and I told go cut some grass, you know.
Because you broke.
Why you idle? Just
You
wanna talk
broke.
all the goddamn time. You is broke, like
broke.
go get some money.
He broke, that's
Like-
it. And the broke ones always feel bad if you tell them on their face. You're just broke. That's
You like
just
you just want money, you know. You should like me for
What-
me.
Who
I like you
are
for
you?
your pockets. What's up? That's what I like you for.
Exactly. Please stop generalizing the genders.
Yeah.
Oh, so you all men are dogs because of one man who had broke you. Heal, baby. Heal
Heal.
fast. So that when you get into a relationship, you don't actually come unhealed. You'll be carrying all the baggages from your previous relationship and bringing to a new relationship. Heal fast.
Man.
All women as cheaters and gold diggers because of that one woman that broke your heart. Twin. She told you her love language was gift giving. What the fuck do you expect? You asked her to stop talking to her ex and she called you insecure. Come on, bro. The flag couldn't be any more red. I ain't saying this your fault, twin. I'm just saying direct that energy towards that person that hurt you.
Hold on. So he said, I can't tell you I'm talking to my ex. It's just a friend.
I have to. I'm with him. I always don't know you with your exes. You don't. You know you and your exes. You're good.
Yeah.
Me, I don't believe in that. Me, we are bad. We are bad. So why are you talking to your ex and you with me?
He said if she tells you she's talking to her ex and she says you're insecure, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
So I'm the red flag.
I feel like that is wrong because personally for me, if you're talking to your ex, I have to be insecure. Like, why the fuck are you still talking to your
Hey,
ex?
me, I'm
For
talking
me,
to
I'm
all
like,
of them.
stop talking to your ex. Go sort an issue with your ex.
You
and
are
then
you are
when you're
insecure.
done, come to me. Exactly. You see, this is what this guy is
You
saying.
are insecure. That is true. Because nothing is
supportive.
gonna happen.
Damn.
Nothing is gonna happen, Shmoney.
I just don't believe in exes.
Man, my
for
ex,
me.
imagine you guys can be cool
We
buddies.
can't be cool unless we meet. I'm not gonna kill you or wish you worse, but we're not gonna be talking. If we meet in places where maybe once in a while, once in 20 years, maybe we meet, I'll be like, hi, what's good? What's good?
Crazy.
Period.
I have a really, really interesting, amazing relationship with my exes.
believe in that
My first boyfriend, we dated for 3 years and we have the coolest relationship.
Damn,
Like the coolest.
I don't believe in that shit.
Like the coolest. Like, oh my god. Yeah.
Personally, I don't just believe in that. But anyway,
And he's about to get married.
yeah,
Yeah.
let the ex go, Joby.
It's
You don't gotta blame the
Who is who?
It's not
Let
me.
the man them go.
My
He's
other
already
ex just
getting
texted me
married.
the other day. It's never me, Shmoney.
Yeah.
I'm just a good vibe girl,
Oh
and
my
I don't know,
God.
you know.
Now, Semanga connects one good vibes.
I'm just
Cut
a
the
good vibe
vibes.
girl.
Cut the good vibes, Joby. Cut the boundaries. Cut the boundaries, Joby.
whole entire body of organization of women because, you know what I'm saying, old girls are gonna be like, hey, move the fuck on. Ooh, I know y'all niggas gonna be mad at me for that one. Okay, I got y'all. Watch this. Number four. Oh, number four. Okay, cool. Posting screenshots of your DMs. Hey, y'all, hey, you are letting everybody know that this is not normal for you, okay? It ain't no different than when you beat your little brother in a video game a million times. He win one time and he acting like he won the Super Bowl. Bitch, just go 35-2. Shawty, you post yourself every day, okay? And a nigga shoot a shot at you twice a month. Them is terrible eyes. Like, your parlay is fucked. So, yeah, you lame, and now we all know that you're not used to getting niggas. You know what I'm saying? But the world keeps spinning. Carry on. Okay, that.
Posting screenshot maybe is a conversation that I don't always like. I'm like, why are you posting conversation?
You should grow up. I mean, we're past that. I think
I
we're
know,
past that.
like, I feel like it's just like, no, it's childish.
I mean, if you have an iPhone, I like the way iPhone just highlights, you know, highlights that specific message. You can just like drag in a that specific screenshot.
Me, I wouldn't post a conversation though.
You wouldn't?
Nah, I wouldn't. I'd post screenshots of anything, but food. Most of the screenshots I think I post, or definitely I've seen you post, zinakwanga reels, memes, spiritual conversations, or just things you relate to. Yeah. You know, but like to say Joby, me and you are having a conversation, and then screenshot masema.
I feel like
it's also high school. I find a lot of Instagram people do that shit.
It was so high school.
A lot of Instagram people still do that shit. It was so high school.
Personally, I don't relate with maybe something really. I don't believe in what he said. You're not really used to that shit, you know. Yeah, kuna nyoja zoea, but pia kama ujazoea, it's good to celebrate in public. Like, come on, the world does watch you suffer in public.
Exactly.
Celebrate in public. Let's say, like, maybe I got you some flowers. You know, they're coming on the office. Hey, no, I'm not in the world. No, flowers are coming to the office. What you talking about?
Oh my
it's
God.
my mom bringing flowers to the office. Did he bring to you some?
Like,
I'm not in the world. No.
That. Oh, my friend, I'm always like pressure. She's like, my man, convo. Do you want something? Do you want they're out and then the guy's like, do you want more drinks?
No, really that part.
Or I just sent you, like, did you receive the flowers?
I'm doing flowers.
She's like, you know, posting the flowers and then the gifts and then the text together. I'm like, pressure.
Yeah.
Pressure. But you can tell
the
this is the
coming
first
to pick you up.
This is the first relationship she's actually feeling like taken care of. And I'm like, yes, inakwanga inakushtua Job. Somebody can know. Because if you're used to it, it wouldn't be like, gotta post. But even from her, I'm like, I know her, she's my friend. She's not dated like maybe good men. Now she's gotten a real man who knows how to take care of her. And doing stuff for her. She's in the office, flowers, cards, cakes, food, stuff. She's at home, check your statement. She's been posting lately and she'll be like, my man. And I'm like, girl, love looks good on you.
Okay, yeah. Literally. It's good, but don't, you know, celebrate, but to do it, you'll be kibanja.
I know.
It's just like, you know, you'll just be kibanja. I don't know, this is what I'm saying, man, this generation of just relationship is just crazy. Like, I don't know what's going on. Because you think you have it, you don't. You think you have it, you really don't. It's just insane.
I don't.
It's insane.
That's number 5. Ooh. Blaming your flaws or your lack of character on your childhood trauma or because of the way that you grew up. Hey, look, real shit, man to man. No, it's not your fault that you didn't see your pops remain faithful to your mom. But that don't mean that you gotta follow the nigga footsteps. You feel like?
I agree sometimes. You know, blaming. You know, kuna ile nye, childhood trauma might, or not even might, definitely has an impact on you as a person, but it doesn't mean you have to be that person. True. For example, if I saw my pops beating my mom, does it mean I have to be violent? No, it doesn't, right? You're your own person. You work through it, and I believe if you want to curse and cut the childhood, how do we say it, trauma, you can be able to. You can be your own person. I say, okay, yes, I've gone through this. I'm a better person. I'm not gonna be like my pops or my mom, and then you become a different person because there are sort of things we've seen growing up, but we're not the same people.
That's true. I do agree. I feel like that applies specifically for me because man, I was like, the moment I met my dad, I was like, I don't want to be anything like you. Like, oof. I don't want to be ever associated with like, yo, you have behaviors of like, nah, I don't. I have my own behaviors.
Exactly.
And it's rebel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally. I agree.
if anything, like, yeah, you don't know what to do, but you clearly know what not to do to it. Like, come on, bro. Well, I ain't never seen a healthy relationship ever growing up. Well, then you seen the toxic one, you know that. You know what I'm saying? So you know what not to follow. I don't really think it's that hard to just keep your hands.
It might be hard because it's a behavior maybe you've seen, and as a child, maybe seeing that it has become part of you. But it takes a very strong person to get out of that and get out of that curse, you know, and stuff like that.
You said, like, come on, bro.
Yeah?
Just heal,
Just
you know.
heal, exactly.
So, know what you. I feel like one thing I really like about myself, I think I'm starting to believe I'm really an old soul somehow, like, because someone like Keith has told me that, but now I'm really starting to believe for real. It feels like I'm really an old soul.
Yeah.
Because it's crazy how I was able to just maneuver a lot of things like an adult at a young age, you know. Because being young and looking at the experiences my dad really gave me, I was like, again, I don't want to be anything like you. And then I knew what I really wanted from the word go. As much as he's trying to control me to fit in according to what he wants me to be, I'm like, nah, this is what I want to be, you know. And that really made me again connect, you know, heal, and then connect yourself with the people who I feel like make you vibrate to the best of yourself. That is what I'm gonna say, because that is the time I tapped into those kind of people. Like every time I was around them, I felt the best of myself. So it's like entertainment, you know, radio, you know. That's how I'm like, wow, I really want to do this, you know. And talking to people, opening up, made me heal quick.
I feel like you have to heal first, because if you don't heal from the trauma in your childhood, you will bring them to your life, like literally, and it is going to affect people who are now your new family, or people who are now your new friends, or people around you, because they'll be just seeing some stuff like, but you won't see them. So unless you heal and actually be accountable, say this is who I am, or this is not who I am, this is what I know. The example is saying, okay, you're saying maybe you don't know the other side, but you've seen a toxic family, right? You know what toxic is. At least avoid being toxic, because you already have a picture of being toxic, and you'll find yourself be intoxicating yourself from it, you know.
Y'all niggas is struggle with the same shit, and y'all work together and help each other. Oh, y'all ladies, I forgot about y'all. Tell me some me being soft, me being feminine depends on the man. So if a man say him being loyal, him being a good man depends on the woman, he not wrong. Come, like, hey, we gotta take accountability. We gotta grow up one fucking day. Y'all can't keep trying to turn these character traits on and off depending to your.
Alright, so that is his perspective about being a loser. But on the last conversation of video, Joby, maybe the second last one. This is our her name is Lydia Wanjiru. We both know her. So Lydia Wanjiru anasema they were high. What is the most weirdest thing you've ever done with your girls or your friends while you're high? Like, how do you say, man, yesterday was so wild. What happened? You go check the videos. Like, which is that top notch?
Oh my God! I remember, but I can't say it on camera. It was just so wild. But yeah, that was so wild. I can't say it on camera.
Alright.
Yeah.
So this chick,
that was just crazy.
She went out with her friends. Girls' night, right? Got high and stuff like that. Si akaenda ajia time walirudi. Si unajua you always just so high. So she goes through her phone in the morning, anapata message ya Jambo Jet. She booked a flight to her boyfriend.
Wow.
Her ex, not her boyfriend. Alafu anadhani eti kitu ilifanyika, eti somebody's play. She goes to M-Pesa, naona ni yeye ndiye alituma. Saa 9 usiku. Na uni ex wake awaongei, they're not good. So do we say she has healed? Because also when you're high, Joby, you always think about that person. Or if it's not that person you're always thinking about, you know. There are people who text them to their man. Or if I feel like uja heal, because why would it take you to your ex? Like why would you book a flight to Kisumu? And that is not. And she said most of the time when she used to go to Kisumu, it's her ex that used to book the flight. So she's like, why the fuck is Jumbo Jet sending me messages? She goes to check on her part. Adi anaenda M-Pesa. I go like, what the hell? The next morning, you know. So I'm gonna play the video.
Don't call your exes. I'm built different. Bitch! This is what happened on Saturday. I went out with my friends, tukakunywa kidogo, changed location, and I came home at around 3 a.m. But it gets worse. I wake up at around 11:30 on Sunday, and first things first, you check if you still have your phone calls, if the net was wild. Anyway, I go through my WhatsApp and I come across this message. Apparently, I have a flight at 3:20 from Nairobi to Kisumu. I'm like, no, he did it. Well, I'm used to him earlier on sending me tickets randomly, but I was like, at this point in life, for what? So I get this feeling. Let me just go to my emails. I booked a flight at 3:23 from Nairobi to Kisumu. What? At that point, I feel like someone is playing tricks on me. So I go to my M-Pesa messages to confirm who paid, and it's me. I paid. Oh my Shayla. So what this was, I go back to Google, search for Joby contacts. I call them. I tell them I've changed my mind. I'm not traveling. You can keep that ticket open to change to another destination, another date. And gosh, hey Joby, I have one ticket. Could you give me another one and get another for vacation? Or any traveling company? Hey, I'm here.
Alright, so that's what she did.
Damn, that's crazy. Oh my god, at least she can book for another destination.
And
that's
then, thank
possible.
God, she did. I hope she did call her ex at night and tell him I'm
Yeah,
coming
I'm
to Kisumu.
Oh my goodness.
And then the guy probably is in the middle of his sleep is like, this chick. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I've never
Oh my
never
God.
called my ex, to be
Yeah.
honest. I've never.
Yeah.
I've never. Because I think one thing also about me, once I move on quick.
Yeah.
And that's why it's easy for me to also become friends with my exes, because I move on like I'm moving on. Yeah, we can be cool, but no more this.
Yeah.
No more back and forth. Like, it's over.
Yeah.
I want to move on to someone else.
Yeah.
So I've never drunk. Being honest, I've never drunk called my ex.
Yeah, me
None.
too.
I've drunk called someone I like.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, me,
Like
I've pulled up.
someone we didn't have a thing.
Yeah.
Then I just used to pull up on them like every time I'm like, you know,
Hi, yeah,
tipsy.
hi.
I'm like, yo. And I'm like, me, I called you.
Yeah.
Me, I called you. Telling
Yeah.
you what?
I know.
Like,
yeah.
and then I'm like, wow.
I
Looking at the
really
phone, you're
called
like, I
you.
really did call.
Yeah.
What was the time?
Yeah.
You really messed up in the
Yeah.
head. A couple of times then I'm like, wow, this is getting serious.
Yeah. Personally, it takes me to call my man. Yeah, I call crazy Joby at 3 a.m. Even if you're asleep, you'll wake up na utanipea story. Like, nitakupea story for 2, and I don't want you to tap
Exactly.
out.
Like, if it's
Credit
not my
ikiisha.
someone you have, like,
if
you
the
know,
credit is over, I buy again.
You
and
talk.
the next morning I'll be like, what the hell? Credit yangu itaisha. Napata di 300. Go like, oh my god. Like, what was I even saying? Somebody I like. That happens most times. But for you to actually book a flight, I feel like bado ja move on. It's something you've been thinking about.
Yeah.
It's something on your mind. Because trust me, alcohol just brings
You've
the
been thinking
you.
about them. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it brings the real you, literally.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so somebody's saying, what a night. Sometimes the best decision you can make is booking a flight and seeing where it takes you. Somebody's saying, me, I call everyone, even my Uber driver.
God damn.
So I sent DJ the bull pesa na singejua ni vile nilijiona kwa video ikicirculate eti tukimpea sadaka. Mtu anasema I will never do that drunk texting thing again. I texted mine nikaambiwa ni focus na kenye linipeleka class. Sijawahi hili.
What the hell? Oh my god, that's bad.
Nasema mtu akotuna 9,000 kwa mpesa tu hivyo haijaipigiwa. I need to work harder because the flight is like 9,300. I'm so bad at drunk calling my exes. I even sing. Damn. So sema kuna makosa kubwa naweza fanya, lakini hii ya kucheza na pesa hata pombe nisiwe.
Nah, meet someone I like. I think for me it's also someone I like. I call, not really crazy.
Yeah.
Number one, I don't like when I call you when I'm tipsy and you're not picking up my calls. I'm mad.
Yeah.
Now I'm mad. You won't control my attitude.
I know.
now I'm mad. Now we're both mad.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So what are we doing?
Exactly. Somebody saying what we make same mistakes. Now I have a ticket booked to Ghana.
Yeah.
Ghana.
God damn.
She booked a whole ticket to Ghana, and she's like what? Someone saying I spent 110k one night, and my intention was to just buy one drink. Yani ilitoka from one drink, and I don't know how many in different locations. Yani hapo ndio nilijua nafaa kuacha pombe. I really cried the next morning.
Wow.
110,000. Bro.
What?
Yeah. So be careful. Me, one thing I've noticed when I'm high, I'm very how do you say, giving.
You really giving?
Yeah, like I
used to
don't.
be giving.
Please take my phone, Joby. If you see me starting, can I pay? Oh, please just say, Shmoney, take your phone. Let me have
I
your
used
phone.
to. I think for me, I used to be giving.
Oh, I am like, let me
No,
buy.
no.
If somebody asks me, what do we take?
I'm really conscious when it comes to my balance nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like that nowadays. I don't like that game. And then
Yeah.
I think also like when it comes to intake level, personally, I feel like we've really like leveled down.
Yeah, you know,
like, really, like
yeah, we have.
responsibilities.
We have, and
all
then
that.
priorities are
So
different
you
right
won't find
now.
yourself trying to. I don't want to call it people please, but yeah, you won't find yourself trying to people please anyone. Really
And most of the times I feel like most of the times when you're with people, they're the ones that buy. I'm just like, unless I'm alone, I feel like I need to take that drink, then I'll just buy for me. But most of the times, the men always just find a way, literally. So yeah, that is what is happening. But the last conversation or video, I don't know if you saw, there was a wedding that was happening this weekend.
Okay.
And I told you, Leona Kina Ambare and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then Coates was performing.
Yeah, we had Diana Coates, we had Nandi.
Yeah.
Amina Abdi was the MC.
Yeah. And we saw Ambare flashing money.
Come on.
A lot of people. So people are talking about her dress code.
That is Diana Coates.
Yeah. So I'm gonna play maybe this video and hear perspective. That is not Sabato.
I saw Sabato.
Oh, you saw Sabato?
Video on
What do you
YouTube.
think about it though?
It wasn't nice. Personally, I didn't like it, being honest. I didn't like the dress. I didn't like the dressing code. Whoever is dressing Diana Codes need to actually like improve or game up. That's all I'm gonna say. Like the shoes were not giving. The tight, because she had like a tight, like the brown tight. It was not giving. The dress was not giving. I feel like that being a wedding, and that's why if you look at Nandi's dressing code, like unajua pia dressing code yako inaweza fanya hata uzawadiwe zaidi ya venye ulikuwa ulikuwa by the way, like presentation yako, I don't know, we're just saying that like kama ulikuwa na watch na yeye, like presentation yako can make even because of your, you know, heshima tu zako, presentation, how you carry yourself. I keep on talking about this. How you carry yourself in front of people will make people literally judge you a lot, a whole lot. So she should have hata kama ilikuwa ni kitu fupi lazima avae a bubble dress. Shmoney, we have cute nice bubble dresses, like ungevai na a manageable heels. Unaletwa na gari, unataka kuniambia utashinda kusimama for like 30 minutes or whatever hours you're supposed to stand there, you know, like nice. Even makeup, like me nisema I can be a makeup artist Diana Codes by the way, na say it inaongea vibaya, you know, like maybe makeup game yangu imeva kuliko makeup artist wako. That's just facts, you know. So I don't know, that was not, I didn't like it. I didn't really like it. I
liked it.
Yeah,
yeah,
you liked it?
I was like,
I understand she's an artist.
I was from a perspective of
she's an artist.
Not a see artist, artist.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's my wedding.
You are a stylist man.
Yes. I'm like, it's my wedding, right? I know Diana is trashy. If not trashy, I know she's slutty.
Okay.
Right? She's always like in short stuff.
Okay.
For me to invite her in my wedding, I know what I'm expecting, Joby.
Alright.
People are used to the norm, like weddings are supposed to be like vitu za mapenzi. That's why they will call people like Nandi, Nadia, Sanaipe. Those are people that will get wedding dates, you know. But saizi ni harusi yangu. Mimi nikita Diana Codes tuseme nakuja kunitia setit.
Okay.
Tuanze hivi kwa harusi. Si harusi yangu ni mimi Kenya nataka. And then I'm like, I know Diana Codes. I know how she is, najua Kenya na expect.
Okay.
So personally for me, I didn't feel like it's a big deal if the bride and the groom didn't complain, because for them to actually call her, they know Diana Codes. One of them said I loved her music and I want her to perform. Akuja to perform ile setit kwa harusi yetu.
Yes.
Unaona Diana kiperform kila siku, unaona venye anavaa, unaona kila kitu. What the hell do you expect? And then people are talking about, oh, it would give the bride, it's my wedding, my husband will be sing. But I'm like, I'm the one that is being married.
Okay,
it might give men other thoughts. I'm like, yo, I'm the bride. This man has chosen me. It's my day. I don't care what you guys put on, even if you are the better than me. It's my wedding.
It's my day.
Unajua, it's my day. So for me, I didn't feel like it's cause really umeita Diana Codes anaimba setiti alafu akuja imbe chude genje, like umeona venye anaperform, like what the hell are you expecting? No better. So for me, sikuwa shocked.
Okay.
Yeah, but let's hear what What these men have
Well, one of Kenya's biggest music superstars. You see what I said there? Kenya's biggest music superstars. It's not. Just like your point. It's okay. Shout out to the hottest baddie in the 254. That's Diana Coles, man, by the way, man. Bigger, we love you, by the way, on Home Quiz Radio. She performed Seti, the Yono video, and maybe other songs, but I don't know if she performed. Wow! Excuse her, she has Riswa 1, 2, 3. No, this was good. Yeah, but the thing is, what people don't know is all these other songs as the quality clean. Like you can't even play them on radio without editing.
But people also don't understand how people are starting to know Diana Codes right now.
Yeah.
Ukijua Diana Codes tako kitambo, ako na album naitwa River Lake Nilots. Ameimba. All of it, there's no rap. She has sung in French. She speaks French, right? She has sung in Swahili, kuna fanya mambo, kuna hiyo River Lake Nilots. She has a variety of songs that you can actually, and if people want, if it's my wedding na nasikia kusikia Gali Creeper, if it's my wedding nasikia kusikia Manadrilla, kuja udrill hapo. It's my wedding, it's my day, I know what I want. People like the norm, Joby. Yeti, wedding people are supposed to dress in white. Who said it's supposed to be a white gown?
No.
Why not black?
Yeah.
Why not pink? Like, what the hell is with this norm?
Who said
Like,
it's a
exactly.
white,
Yeti, oh,
you
for
know?
you to actually, you have to dress, I'll dress the way I want. And I won't even feel bad. Me, the last time you told me about people dressing in white, me, I don't mind that. I don't mind you. If you want to look good, look good. So long as it's my day and you're not trying to do anything to jeopardize that, dressing code really don't matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. For me, it just felt like the size for me didn't matter. It's Idris showing the booty. I didn't notice the booty was being
Because she
seen
was
or
actually good.
anything.
But you can't see the booty because I'm a vata, it's a brand.
Yeah, and for me, I was just like, even if it's styling, for me that was just my opinion. Come on, styling, I feel like ingekwa a little bit of a bubble
Bubbly,
dress.
okay.
It can be short, but a bubble dress,
Okay.
you know, and some new, nice, cute heels.
Heels, no,
you
yeah.
know, and then the makeup too. Like makeup artist wake sijua na kwanga nani. Like Diana Codes again. I can do your makeup.
So the thing is, we'll groom ama the girl who was being the bride. One of them though, and akona like those are there because when they can't set it, the other ones are very, very kind of vulgar, man. So when you have to sing it, play. I think it's so, especially for ourselves.
The last time I spoke on Diana Codes, I had both Diana Codes and Calabar Jones coming from my neck. So first of all, I think it's dope. It's just getting these gigs. I think guys are giving a flag for a dress. I think she's looking great. I think
No, I was going there.
I think it's dope. You were going there.
Yes.
Good. Oh, there we go.
Call me conservative or what? But you can't show up for someone else's wedding. Like that, bro.
What's the issue? Well, actually, what's the issue?
Exactly. What are you trying to give a groom ideas, bro?
That's cap. The groom is already marrying you. Like, which ideas would Diana give him?
No, it should have been men's head. Like men will be men. I don't know.
Anakuoa seriously when do kona insecurity.
No, think about it this way, yeah? Imagine how you dance to set it. You crouch down, you put your hands up. So how you do that, bro, in a wedding? In that dress?
You're worried about the groom at his own wedding.
Yes.
Diana Codes came to show us. She's still a performer. She's still an artist. You gotta come and look great, you know. Someone booked you for a performance to come do your thing, so she came and did it. So shout out to Diana Codes.
I agree, less, but of course on the comments what on Akata and the dress code is called trashy. Someone saying dress code is very important, especially in someone's event. Your dress code yake kidogo inapea groom ideas. Nah, I don't agree with that. Nasema washaneni na shenyeng wetu nyinyi.
Shenyeng.
Shenyeng
wetu. Sawa.
Msanii ameweza and she looks and her looks akila kama kawa.
Yeah.
Somebody saying you know, for me dress code ni must tuangalie cause he wedding tunaanzia wazee like grand. Please, it's my wedding. Grandmothers, they had their wedding. Me don't care whatever you think, Joby.
It's my day.
It's my day. I want it the way I want it. If I actually put the norm, I don't see mama yangu. Nani nitaanza kusema eti, oh, you know, I was doing a wedding for my mom. No, they did their own wedding, right? I'm doing it the way I want. If I feel like I want drillers on a ski mask, come perform.
Money haste.
Come perform. Like the heck.
Money haste.
I don't really find it as a big deal.
Okay.
Yeah, but that is just my opinion, and that is where we get to wrap up our conversations of the day. Joby, your closing remarks and of course your conclusion.
Of course, much love, family. Thank you so much to those who have joined us on YouTube. For those who shall be catching this on a replay, subscribe And for those who shall be catching this on TikTok as well, kindly also do leave your comments down below the videos. But much love. See you guys tonight on the Africa Today show.
Thank you so much guys for tuning in all the way from the start up to right now. Shout out to you Joe Mosquito anasema habari yako
Njema.
habari zetu.
Habari zetu
And then
njema.
somebody's also saying female gossip, I'm going back to sleep.
Come on, that's you.
Yeah, what's good? Literally. But of course, thank you guys. Same time, same place, every Tuesday and Thursday. We get to actually react to more and more of this conversation. Much love. Take care of yourself and have a beautiful, beautiful evening, morning from wherever you are. See you.